Thank you for downloading this in-ear entertainment podcast. You're listening to Shakespeare's Sonnets. Sonnet 43. When most I wink, then do mine eyes best see, for all the day they view things unrespected. But when I sleep, in dreams they look upon thee, and darkly bright are bright in dark directed. And thou, whose shadow shadows doth make bright, how would thy shadow's form happy show, to clear the day with thy much clearer light, when to unseeing eyes thy shade shines so? How would, I say, mine eyes be blessed made by looking on thee in the living day, when in dead night they are there, when in dead night thy fair imperfect shade through heavy sleep on sightless eyes doth stay. Or days and nights to see till I see thee, and nights bright days when dreams do show thee me. That was Sonnet 43, which has a tongue twister thrown in the middle just for the fun of it. I'm Mark Chatterley, and you're listening to Shakespeare's Sonnets, where we go through all of the sonnets. And when I say we, I mean we as in me and someone else, not me and my we. That would be weird. And I am joined by someone who I'm making giggle.
Thierry Heles. That's an interesting introduction there.
Thank you.
Me and my we.
Me and my we are going through Shakespeare's sonnets.
We are obviously professionals.
Well,
we've had fan mail, Mark. We need to take this seriously.
Oh yes, we should say someone. I will bring it up because we did say that we would say if anyone mailed in and talk about it quickly. So we'll do that quickly and then we'll come back to Sonnet 43. And I'm looking at I have too many email addresses. I have about 15 email addresses. And I've just logged...
I know the feeling.
I've just logged into the wrong one. I'm logging into the right one now. It was from a lovely chap who I believe was on the other side of the world to us.
In Australia.
In Australia.
Yes.
His name was Neil, and he was lovely. And he emailed us about Sonnet 28 and the lines 9 to 12. And this is the sonnet that's talking about day and night working in unison to torture Shakespeare. Which was, we thought at the time, I think, quite an amazing metaphor. The idea that the day toils Shakespeare and then and tortures him, and the night just gives him time to think about that. And so it was a constant torture. But Neil basically wrote to us to say that he also says in the same sonnet, which we missed, that the fair youth replaces the day and night. And so, in a sense, it's the fair youth that is torturing Shakespeare, which is lovely. So Shakespeare's in love with the fair youth, and the fact that he can't be near the youth is what tortures him. So, in a way, the fair youth is torturing Shakespeare, which is, I think, a lovely...
We completely missed that one, but I do agree with his reading.
Yeah, and it's lovely. This is what I love, being able to see something new in the sonnets that we had missed. I mean, that's wonderful. He lived in Australia. Yes, you're right.
Yes.
Which is incidentally where I was born. Just random fact out there. If anyone wants to break into my bank, I was born in Australia. Not going to tell you where, but I was born in Australia. And I was there for an amazing 6 weeks. And then my parents decided to hop on a plane and come to the UK with a 6-year-old child. Sorry if you're on that plane. I apologise for all my screaming. So yes, do send us mail. We do like it. It's you go to the website, inearentertainment.com, and there's a contact us form, and it comes through to us. It's awesome. Anyway, Sonnet 43 with the tongue twister. Bad tongue twister.
It's that entire sonnet. It's just one tongue twister.
There are too many S's in it. So we got...
I am going to hate reading that one so much.
Yes. And there's lots of repetition. So then thou whose shadow shadows doth make bright, how would thy shadows how would thy shadows form happy show? Yeah, how would thy shadows form happy show? And then later on, it's got when to unseeing eyes thy shade shines so. And shade shines is a really hard thing to say. Which leads me to think that maybe they didn't pronounce those two words in the same way that we do. Because saying shade shines so is very, very hard to do in modern English. Because you can't do it quickly at all. Shade shine show. Shade. You just get too many shurs.
Well, I mean, they weren't meant to be read out loud, were they?
Ah, so we're doing this podcast all wrong, is what you're saying.
Yes, we should just be silent for a minute while we read it in our minds and then talk about it.
See, maybe we do that at the end. No, in fact, no. I'm going to make you read this out loud.
I do agree. Yes, we'll just be silent for a minute and then...
So other than Shakespeare annoying us with the words order in this, what else did you think about this, Thierry?
I did do a little bit of research for this one because it's just... I mean, it's really hard to get through.
Yes.
And one I found that I do agree with is that it's about Plato's cave.
Wow.
Which, for people who don't know, is basically the idea that we are all stuck in a dark cave, chained down, and all we can see is just shadows on the wall projected onto us, what's really happening behind us. So we can't ever see reality. We're just seeing the shadows of it.
That's very, very deep.
That's basically, I mean, Plato's idea was basically you can't understand reality by just looking at it. You need to think about it. Your mind is the only way to understand the world.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Very, very odd. But yeah, no, and I can...
Well, it was Plato. I mean, that was thousands of years ago.
But I can see how that links into this sonnet as well.
Philosopher.
That definitely links into this sonnet with the shadows. So,
and it does go with the... How would thy shadows form happy show to the clear day with thy much clearer light, when to unseeing eyes thy shade shines so. So all that people can see is just a dark reflection of the youth.
Yeah, and then it goes, how would I say mine eyes be blessed made by looking on thee in the living day. So to see his true form makes Shakespeare blessed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. That's a good reading. I like that. I like the end of this. All days and nights to see till I see thee. All days and nights to see till I see thee. So even in the brightest day, there's darkness until I see you. You bring light into it. And nights bright days when dreams do show thee me. So Shakespeare's nights are better than his days because, at least in his dreams, he gets to see the fair youth. Which is, I think, lovely. That's so... it's such an obvious metaphor, I guess, such an obvious poetic ideal that days are dark until I see you, but my nights are bright because I get to see you in my dreams. And it's such a wonderfully poetic image and such an obvious one, but I don't record it being used anywhere else in my encyclopedic knowledge of all poetry throughout the ages.
I don't remember the nights ever being described as bright.
Because the dreams show you who you love. I think that's such a lovely way of thinking about things. That's actually made me smile. I like that. That's really good.
We have a happy mark, ladies and gentlemen. It's finally happened.
I'm always happy.
It took 43 sonnets.
I sometimes go on my rants, but I'm always happy deep down. What have I got to complain about? Nothing. Nothing at all. Yes, this sonnet is awesome. I like it. It's dense though. It's still dense. I mean, when most I wink, then do mine eyes best see. That's right. For all the day they view things unrespected. Unrespected, I'm guessing, is a differing definition than we're used to, I guess, at the moment.
It's just unnoticed.
Yeah. Unseen, yeah. For all day.
Yeah, unseen.
They view things unseen, which does, yes, again, it links into your Plato's cave. All day long, you're just looking at things that are a cutout of things. They are the silhouettes of real things. They're not...
That's the word, silhouettes. I've been looking for that one since we started this episode.
See, it's always good to help. You should have just used it in another language. Someone out there would have understood.
Yeah, but it's the same one in every language that I know. Or just a variety thereof. So if you can't remember it in one, it's just...
I'm starting to think this language thing is easier than you've made it seem. Every word I go, what's this in another language? You go, it's pretty much the same.
Wait, I taught you the word pimpumple last time. That for people who don't know.
For butterfly.
I did tweet the link on my Twitter profile. I'm not. It might be on the in-ear Facebook page as well.
If it's not, we can put it on.
But yeah, I basically taught Mark the word for butterfly in Luxembourgish. Where there's two, and he really liked the word pimpumple.
I can't remember the other one. And you also told me hedgehog.
Hyperlick. Oh, hedgehog. Käseka.
Käseka is awesome because it almost sounds like something to eat, something sweet and juicy for pudding.
You say that. The word case is the word for cheese.
See, and Käseka, cheese, sugary cheese is what that is actually hedgehog, literally translated sugary cheese. Because isn't it Zucker? Zucker is sugar in German. Zucker.
Oh yeah, no, this is spelled differently though.
Okay, but yeah,
but yeah, Zucker is the German word for sugar.
But yeah, pimpumple is awesome word, and microwave in Welsh is poppity ping.
Poppity ping.
Poppity ping.
I think I prefer the Welsh word for owl.
What's the Welsh word for owl?
Goody hoo.
Goody hoo. That's amazing. Oh, I love other languages.
It's just onomatopoeic, the sound that an owl makes.
Goody hoo. That's amazing. Oh, I need to tell people that. Everyone needs to know that the Welsh for owl is goody goo. Goody hoo.
Well, there is in Cardiff. There is a bar that's called Goody Hoo.
Oh, I don't know that one.
It's near the Portuguese restaurant, Madeira restaurant.
Okay.
I'm not sure what the street is called. It's.
We will go there next time we
down
meet up.
Churchill Street.
Next time we meet up in Wales, we will go to Goody Hoo.
We'll go to Goody Hoo bar.
Excellent, and ask them if they can put something in the poppity ping for us. A pimpumple in the poppity ping at Goody Hoo.
No, I'm not sure I would like to eat a butterfly.
It would confuse them. I imagine butterflies have quite a nice. Once you get rid of the wings, they're just quite nice. I imagine. They're like flying shrimp. Kind of.
I have no idea. I'm not sure if any society does eat butterflies.
If you know, do contact us via the contact form. Let's get back to the sonnet. That had nothing to do with the sonnet at all. Sorry, that was just two friends going, that's an amazing word in another language. Yes. But, anything else you wanted to bring up in this one?
It just... I'm not quite sure why he's made this one so complicated. I'm sure there's a reason for it.
Okay.
But I can't quite see why this one is... I'm not sure if dense is the word. It just, all the repetition in this, that just makes it really strange. And I wonder if the repetition actually means something.
Yeah, it makes it hard to read. And the repetition isn't there because Shakespeare's a bad writer. That kind of, when you write a sentence...
Well, no, he is a good writer, so that was choice.
And when you get sometimes people write sentences and you end up with two B's in a row or two twos in a row, and it's awful, and it just shows you can't think of another way of writing a sentence. Whereas this has been done very much on purpose, and it happens 2 or 3 times throughout this sonnet, and yeah, there probably is a reason for it. But I think this is such a deep sonnet. I mean, looking at it and if it is going back to Plato's cave, and I'm not quite sure how it's dropped the idea of the woman. Now we're just back to the fair youth, and we're back to the fair youth bringing the sun. So we're back to the traditional images of the fair youth. The fair youth lights his day, brings him light. But there's just something deeper in it, and darker, I guess, which is where the shade and the darkness makes the whole sonnet slightly darker than the ones we've had before, I guess.
But then in the end, as we said before, the darkness is actually the light.
Yes. Yeah, or at least he escapes the darkness through his dreams. I guess, maybe.
But he does actually say it as night's bright days when dreams do show thee me.
Yeah.
So he
yeah, it's a very deep sonnet that I haven't quite... I could have yawned. Excuse me.
This is how interesting the sonnet is.
Or it means Mark's just got out of bed. One of the two. I do apologise for yawning. Yeah, Yeah, I think this is quite a deep one, and one that's quite impenetrable from just a casual reading. It's nice and fun to read because it makes you really think about rhythm and what you're saying. But in terms of what we can say now, without having to deconstruct it line by line, I think we're kind of hitting the limit of what we can say.
I really can't.
Yeah. Well, let's call this one to an end.
Yeah.
If anyone out there is going,
if anyone has an idea,
yes, let us know, and we will come back to it. We will talk about it. That's fine. But I think we've skimmed the main themes of it, I guess we can say, but we haven't really delved into it.
Yeah, I guess so.
It's like a deep, dark swimming pool, and we've just dipped our toes in. For a random metaphor. I'm not going to let you get away without reading this one, by the way.
Oh, God, I'll read us out.
You will. You'll be fine. You have no problem with S's at all.
That's fine. Mm-hmm. Sonnet 43. When most I wink, then do mine eyes best see, for all the day they view things unrespected. But when I sleep, in dreams they look on thee, and darkly bright are bright in dark directed. Then thou, whose shadows doth make bright, how would thy shadow's form happy show to the clear day with thy much clearer light, when to unseeing eyes thy shade shines so? How would, I say, mine eyes be blessed made by looking on thee in the living day, when in dead night thy fair imperfect shade through heavy sleep on sightless eyes doth stay? All days are nights to see till I see thee, and nights bright days, when dreams do show thee me.
What? That's not right!
I nearly stumbled on the last line, but wow.
Wow, that was Sonnet 43, which I've just realised to begin with, it kind of comes almost like an incantation. It's kind of got that kind of rhythm to it. For all the day they view things unrespected, but when I sleep in dreams they look on thee, and darkly bright are bright in dark directed. It seems a bit... it's the kind of thing you'd expect the witches in his plays to say. Darkly brighter.
It is actually. Yeah.
So it's almost incantation. But I'm going to leave on that thought. That was Sonnet 43. I've been Mark Chatterley, and you can follow me on Twitter at Lufkin. And I've been joined by the wonderful
Thierry Heles, and you can follow me on Twitter at Sound of Seagulls.
Awesome. And we will see you again for Sonnet.
You've been
44.
listening to Shakespeare Sonnets with Mark Chatterley and
Bye.
Thierry Heles. This has been an In-Ear Entertainment podcast. To listen to other podcasts or find out more about In-Ear Entertainment, go to www.inearentertainment.com.